What's up, everybody? This is Justin. Welcome back to Just Eat Their TV. And guys, I know we're going crazy with the coronavirus and we have cabin fever and we just want to get out and live a normal life again, finally. And I do too. So these videos are just meant to help us to keep moving forward, to not lose pace, to keep going towards what we want to be going towards despite these hard times that we're experiencing right now. So in this video, guys, we're going to be talking about our shoulds versus our musts. Or in other words, the things that we would like to have happen versus that have to happen, and then kind of figuring out what those are for us and how we can really go after those and really kind of keep making that progress that we want to be making. So I think one example that we can all relate to right now is the gyms. They're closed, right? And a lot of people are probably going crazy with that. And there are those of us who, we're probably losing a little bit of ground and our body's not doing as well as it should be, and we can't do the exercises that we want to do. And so we're kind of slipping, right? And we would like our body to be a certain way and our health to be a certain way, but it's slipping and we're not happy about that, but it sucks. What are you gonna do, right? The gyms are closed. And then there's these other people who are incredible, right? You see them kind of lifting up their chairs and their tables and putting their little kids on their back and doing their lunges, the guys and the girls, and it's really awesome to watch these different workout videos and people being creative. But it's really just an example of having that look or that feeling or that vibrancy for those guys, for those men and those women. That's a must for them. That has to happen. So whether the gym's closed or, there's going to be a volcano and we all die tomorrow, or a hurricane or whatever natural disaster for whatever part of the world we're in, I guess, they're still going to get that done because that's their standard. So that has to happen. And so it's really cool to kind of see that. And I think that's a great example that we can all probably kind of relate to right now, wherever it is that we fall on that spectrum. But then we might be asking, okay, maybe that's a must for you or maybe it isn't, but how do we know? You might say, hey Justin, how do I know what is a must for me and what is a should? I mean, how can I really tell? And I think it's tough, but I think one of the ways you can tell is when you think into the future of what you would have if you had that thing, how much does that excite you? And then if you don't get that thing now or in the future, how much of a problem would that be? How much will you care? How disappointed would you be? So I'll give you an example for me with this business, with starting Just Eat There, and I'm really passionate about it. I've been through so many things in my life, and so I want to really live my fullest life, and I want my freedom, and I want to add as much value to others as possible. And this is the way that I believe I can do it. And I want to help others to create the lives that they really want to be living and to go after it and live fully and live with vibrancy and live with passion and live to whatever their fullest potential is for whatever their unique passions are. And so for me, this business is not really something where it's like, oh, it will be nice if it works out and it will be okay if it doesn't. And I kind of cross my fingers and see what happens. Guys, this is something for me that has to happen. And so I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how much energy it takes. I don't care how many videos I have to put out, before it makes money or whatever. This is a must for me. And those are some of my reasons why, because life is so beautiful and I don't want to miss a moment of it by doing anything other than the things that I want to be doing and what I say happens. So that's an example. So the future for me is that freedom and adding value to others. And if I don't get it, I will know that I'm not living the life that I feel I really want to be living, and I won't be adding as much value to others as I know that I could have if I did something different and I really went for it, and I can't have that. And so for me, this is a must. And so I think that's the way that you can kind of see. I'll just give you another quick example for me is my health. So I've been through a lot of really, really crazy things health-wise. Most of the adversity in my life has been related to health, and I'm sure I'll probably tell you guys that story at some point. But it's very, very, very difficult. And so for me, my health is a must. It's something for me that it's not like, oh, it'd be nice if I get enough sleep, or it'd be nice if I eat, or it'd be nice if I live my life in a peak state. I see it like I have to live in a peak state to get the results that I want and to live the life that I want. And if I don't get that, if I slip back into where I came from, I will be completely paralyzed. I'll be in chains and I won't be able to do anything. I won't be able to work. I won't be able to have a fullness of life or romance or dating or dancing or exciting adventures with family or friends or anything. I won't be able to do anything because I'll be completely paralyzed. And so you see from hearing me talk that the future of what I will have with my health and what I won't have if I lose it is so strong that it's clearly a must for me. I have to make it happen, and clearly nothing is going to get in my way of doing that, and if it does get in the way, I'll bounce back. So just thinking of what those things are for you, what is that future gain that's really exciting you, and how painful will it be if you don't get it? And guys, there are going to be things that the future of it doesn't excite you that much. For me, swimming, I don't really care about swimming. Michael Phelps does, but I don't. And so if I never get good at swimming and I don't get those benefits and of a healthy body in that way, and that endurance, and if I, had the dissatisfaction that I never became a good swimmer, I don't really care, right? But Michael Phelps would be devastated. So thinking about what those things are for you, sorting out the things that are not that important for you, so you can really be focusing on the things that are. And so I think another really, really common question with the shoulds versus the musts, not only is kind of figuring out what they are, but what if you're kind of on the edge? Like, for example, with your body or these different things, what if, it's kind of a should for you and it's almost a must? And you want to make it a must, but it's not quite there, and you don't really know why, and you don't really know what to do about it. I think a lot of us are in those situations. So I'll give you an example. So for me, that would be with dancing. I love to dance salsa, bachata, house dancing, and I love it. Ever since I was a little kid, I was kind of bouncing up and down, to the beat, I think. To the music, and playing the harpsichord when I was a little kid, and grew up playing piano, and later got introduced to break dancing, thought that was amazing, later got introduced to Latin dancing. So I've always loved it, and I've gone for it a little bit, but I haven't really made it a must, I think. And I think a lot of those reasons are I see the importance of these other things that I'm doing now, and I kind of put it on the shelf, and I kind of keep saying that I can do that later. And maybe there's things like that for you in your life. Maybe it's your body, or maybe it's dance, or maybe it's a sport, or maybe it's a relationship. But whatever it is, you probably have those things that you can kind of do later. So to get you off the fence between whether something is a should or a must, I would say to think about, what if we take those same future game and the current dissatisfaction, but let's say if you only have 1 year to live. So for me with dancing, let's say that 365 days go by and I'm in the hospital bed and my last thing on the heartbeat monitor ticks and I'm done. And that's it. I can never dance again. I can never go for it. Guys, I would regret it so much. Regret is like, the word doesn't do it justice. I would be devastated if I had a year to live and I didn't go for it, and then I died, and I knew that this was something that is such a big part of me and something that I'm so passionate about. I love being able to lose myself in the music, with the girl, with the music, and just kind of creating in real time, and you almost feel like you're not even there, like you're somewhere else. And so I love it so much, and I know I have to go for it. And so when I think about a year being up and me not going for it and what I would lose, it kind of helps me to see, yeah, I do need to make this a must, and I need to live more deliberately in that way, because I may not have as much time as I think, and that will be a massive, massive regret for me. So think of it for you. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a relationship with your husband or your wife, or maybe your relationship with your children, or relationship with yourself, how happy you are, how at peace you are, how much you like yourself. Maybe it's a sport that you always wanted to be good at, or a hobby or a passion you always wanted to be good at. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's starting that business that you always wanted to start and always wanted to go for but didn't. And so what I want you to think of, guys, for all of those things is, yes, what are those future things that would be so amazing if you had it? Yes, how problematic would it be right now and in the future if you don't have it? But now I want you to go 365 days in the future. I want you to chop all that off. I want you to picture yourself taking your last breaths and dying. I know it sounds depressing, right? It should. And I want you to think about that you didn't go for that you didn't start that business, that you didn't tell your husband or wife those things that you wanted to tell them, that you didn't experience a deeper level relationship with them that you wanted to, or with yourself, or living more fully and on a level that you knew you always had in you, but you didn't. But you didn't go for it. You calculated that you had more time, you were wrong, and now you're done. How much of a problem would that be if 1 year from now you're done? And these are painful things to think about. But guys, I would say whatever it is that you're thinking of in your mind, whether the relationship or the passion or the business or career move or living in a certain state, whatever it is, experiencing the moment, whatever it is, that as I'm saying these things and I'm trying to paint this picture of what would happen if in 1 year it's done, if that's really becoming very uncomfortable for you, then that might be something that's a must for you. That might be something that you have to do. That might be something that deep down you just feel and you have to go for it. And so, guys, this is an exercise that takes a lot of work, and it takes doing it over and over. The same way, imagine these people on the front of these fitness magazines. They didn't do a certain exercise once and had this beautiful, beautiful body that we all admire and we all want to try to have as well. It's the same with our lives, and it's the same with creating it the way that we want to create it. So it's the same with learning what our musts are and what our shoulds are and getting more and more clarity and making sure we're going for it. Even for me, I mean, I'm always trying to clarify these things more, like the example with dance. I've been making that a should. I haven't been going for it as much as I should be. And I feel the pain when I tell myself that a year could be up and I didn't do it. So guys, I hope that this speaks to you. I hope that this kind of narrows down for you. Okay, so Justin is saying these things. So when he says these things, I really feel the pain of not doing this. I have to go for this. And then you realize, okay, this is a must. What else is a must? What else are the things that has to happen? And what are the things that you could be cutting out? What are the things that aren't that important that you could kind of put to the side so that you have more energy and focus to be going towards what you do want? Because guys, we only have so much time in a day, especially waking hours. I mean, we're asleep a third of every day, a third of our life, right? 7 or 8 hours. And so what are we gonna do with that time? Are you going for what you wanna go for? Is it a must for you? Are you sorting out, no, I can go without these things, but these things I would really have massive regret and pain if I didn't? And again, guys, keep doing this exercise over and over. What are my shoulds versus what are my musts? How happy would I be? What do I gain from going for this? What do I lose if I don't? And then if a year is up and I don't have it, how sad am I? Maybe you're not sad at all. Like I said with the swimming example, I don't care if a year comes up and I'm terrible at swimming and I just do the little doggy paddle and kind of tread water and have my water wings on. No, I'm not that bad. I can swim. But I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. And so Xing out the things that I'm not caring about allows me to really focus in on those things that I do care about and make sure that I get them. And again, guys, the human will is very, very powerful. So, it may take time to get these things. It doesn't mean we're gonna get it today or tomorrow or a year or 3 years from now. It just means that this shit is gonna happen, period. And it doesn't really matter the time or the effort to us because we care about it that much, because there's that much passion and we're that emotionally involved in those things. So guys, I hope this has been helpful. Guys, if you haven't been here before, or if you have been but you haven't yet, please subscribe. Please click the subscribe. I'm really grateful to have you guys here with me. Really grateful to be sharing all these things with you guys. This is the way that I feel like I can add the most value to others. And I'm just really enjoying life right now. And guys, I'm scared too. Coronavirus is scary for me too. But just thinking about the shoulds and the musts, subscribe if this is helpful. I'm gonna keep putting out videos. I'm very, very blessed to be here with you guys, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Lots of love. Peace.